If you've seen my past videos about using weird chords in your songs, let me show you how Billie Eilish does it on Happier Than Ever. This is not where you're borrowing a chord from the parallel minor or major. This, if you took a music theory class, they would call it a secondary dominant. That's a term that, you know what, it's not that important that you understand why it's called a secondary dominant. What I just explain it as is it's a major chord where a minor chord would normally be. And the reason that is important is because it accommodates a non-diatonic note. I'm not going to get super fancy with the playing, and I'm not going to play any of the chord extensions like the ninths, sevenths, and ninths. I'm just going to stick to the bare bones triads, just so we can talk about the fundamental movement of the chords. This song, the melody is, it starts on the 5, so there's your major scale. It's on the 5th scale degree. Or does it go down to that? But anyway, it goes to the sharp 5. How do we accommodate that sharp 5? We're going to use, instead of a minor 3 chord, we're going to use a major 3 chord. In the key of C, which is what we're in, normally diatonically, the notes that go with the major scale, the 3 chord would be minor, right? But this one uses a major 3 chord that accommodates that G sharp, that raised 5. Because the 1 chord is 1, 3, 5, the 3 chord is 3, 5, 7, but a major chord, so with the 3 as a root, is 3 sharp 5, 7. Major 3 goes to the 6, 2. Now, because of how this one works, I'm going to go ahead and explain the whole secondary dominant thing. Secondary dominant chord is the 5 chord, okay? That's, if you took a theory class, that's what they would teach you. They call the 5 chord the dominant chord. It's a secondary dominant because that major chord is the 5 of a different chord in the key. So in this case, E major is the 5 of the A minor, the 6th chord. It's a 5 of 6. It just so happens in this song that that E major does resolve to its relative tonic. I'm sorry if I'm losing you on this. Some people might actually like this part. It doesn't have to do that. That's why I don't worry so much about it, calling it a secondary dominant and explaining why it belongs there, because it doesn't need to resolve to the chord that it's the 5 of. It can go to anything. So in Billie Eilish's song, she uses that major 3 chord. It doesn't matter if you understand that it's a 5 of the 6 and that it's resolving to the 6. That doesn't matter. All that matters is that you know that you can put a major chord where a minor chord would go, and it gives you new melodic options. Even if the melody didn't go to that sharp 5, you could still use that major 3 chord, and it would just add a fresh color, even if the scale degree was 1 or a 3. Sorry. Doesn't have to go to the raised 5 to justify it being there. Just know that in the major key, major 1, minor 2, minor 3, major 4, major 5, minor 6, diminished 7, 1, you can put a major 2, major 3, major 6, where the minors would normally go. As long as the bass line is singable and you do stuff that intuitively feels right harmonically, they belong there. You can break all the rules. It's pretty cool.